roads are a little slick today. How do you guys feel about driving in this kind of weather? I'm not sure how many of you even live in an area where you get snow like this, but I hate driving in this weather. But I'm gonna do it anyways because I really want to make this video and I don't feel like staying home and being bored all day. So yeah, hopefully I don't crash. Looks like we got some kind of accident up here. I don't know what's going on, but the whole road's blocked off. I think I can see a fire truck or something up there, or maybe it's a big tow truck. No, that's a fire truck up there. I wonder what happened. Somebody probably got going a little bit too fast on these slick roads. Or maybe they were using a camera and trying to vlog while driving. Yeah, that's not very smart. Oh shoot, that's bad. I hope they're okay. Hey guys, so I'm in a place that has like a lot of nostalgic feelings for me. Not from when I was a kid, but just from several years ago. And I thought that, you know, I'd share a little bit of my recent history with you guys because it kind of pertains to me getting into YouTube. But anyways, I graduated from high school when I was 17 because, you know, if you're born during certain months, you can start when you're 4 years old, I think. Yeah. So I turned 5 years old in kindergarten. So I started when I was 4. I graduated when I was 17, and I literally moved out of my parents' house as soon as I was done with school. It was just a couple of months after. I was already working part-time for a construction worker well, he's a contractor, just doing remodeling and stuff. And when I graduated, he basically offered to let me work with him full-time, and I actually lived in his house. He's my best friend to this day. Really awesome guy. But so yeah, I basically moved out as soon as I was done with high school, and I did that job for about 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. And during that time, I was out of my I've been out of my house, out of my parents' house for 8 years now. I'm only 25 years old, so that's something that I'm kind of proud of, that I was able to get out. But at the same time, I would recommend that if you guys have a good home situation, don't move out unless you have some kind of a bad situation at home or something like that, because it's a lot smarter just to stay at home and save as much money as you can and try to buy a house. Because right now I'm starting to look for houses, and it would have been a lot easier if I had waited until I got married to move out of my parents' house, because I could have saved a lot more money. I wouldn't have wasted so much money on rent. But anyways, that's getting off what I was talking about. Basically, when I was doing construction, I lived in his basement for a while, but then I ended up renting a house with 3 friends. We rented a house, and then that house got sold by the owner, so we actually ended up renting another house. And then after that, I moved into an apartment which was in my hometown of Caledonia, New York. My parents lived there, and I grew up there. So I don't know why I got an apartment. So it's so far away from everything. It's a 35-minute drive to my work and everything. That's a little bit too far. But it was cheaper out there, so I got that was my first apartment that I had by myself, and it was just a little studio apartment. But after that, I was driving down this road right here, which is Spencerport Ave. It actually turns into Lyle Ave down there a little ways. If you're from this area, you know where I'm talking about. But I was driving by here and I saw these apartments, and I actually couldn't remember the name of the apartments, so I just looked at this sign, Westport Manor. But I saw these apartments, and I saw there was a sign that said apartments available, and this is where it is. And I actually moved into these apartments in I think 2008, the beginning of, or summer of 2008, and that's the door I went into for my house, apartment 407, or it was 407 apartment 5, I think, or apartment 1. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, I lived here. See that window with the pink in it? There was a crazy old blind woman in there, and she'd walk down the street every day. Like, she'd be crossing the road and she couldn't even see anything. She was really annoying. And then the lady above me she's like a crazy cat lady, and they both smoked, so my apartment always smelled like cigarettes. It sucked. But the reason I'm telling you this, because the reason it pertains to YouTube, is while I was living in that apartment, I went online and I searched. I decided I wanted to look at other people's movie collections, so I searched for movie collections, and I came across one of Cool Duder's videos, and that was the first time that I ever saw one of his videos. It was in 2008, and I was like, man, this guy is he's really fun to listen to. I liked listening to the way he talked about movies, and he just seemed like an all-around nice guy. So I didn't even realize, I figured he wasn't anything big or anything, but I found out later that he was. And so I went to his channel, and the first video, the video that was his featured video, was him and Dweebo and his mom and dad at Disneyland. They were on vacation. It was either Disneyland or Disney World, I can't remember. But they were on vacation at that place, and it was awesome. I remember that was the first time I saw this, and I'm like, wow, this is just somebody's home videos, but it's so much fun to watch. And that was my first experience with an around the town video. And I started to think at that point, you know, I could probably make videos like this. It would be a lot of fun. But I didn't get around to doing that until about a year later. So, and by that time I had moved into the trailer that my parents used to own, but they gave it to me. So I moved into there. It was still really far away from work, about 45 minutes away from work. Then I sold that place, moved into a house with some friends again for about 6 months, and then I got married, and now I have a 2-bedroom apartment. So that's where I'm living now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little taste of my personal history. I thought you might find it a little interesting. Hey guys, so I've never talked about my iPhone here on YouTube before, but I've had it for like maybe 3 months now, and I'm just obsessed with it. I watch YouTube videos every break at work, but I don't know how many of you guys have one, but this is something I love about it. The Fandango app. I'm actually debating. I used to have to call 411 all the time to find out when the movie started, because I would always leave the house and then I'd be like, oh, I forgot to check the movie times. But this is actually, I'm thinking about going to the Cinemark theater and saving my gift card. So I'm either going to see The Gray at 12:55 because it's 10:31 right now, or I might see this one, Red Tails, George Lucas's new film. I'm debating between those two. Actually, I probably should go see The Gray because of the type of day it is today. Really snowy, but yeah. So I'm still not sure. I'm still thinking about it, but yeah. So look at these things. Freaking awesome, dude. I wish they had these when I was a kid. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? I think Hannah and I are just gonna go out to dinner, but we probably won't go on Valentine's Day because it's too busy. But I actually bought her a laptop for her Valentine's Day present, so beat that. Hey guys, so I just got out of Target, if you can see the sign up there, and I did buy a bunch of stuff. I've been doing really good with not buying Blu-rays because I'm trying to watch everything in my queue before I buy stuff, but I saw 2 titles in there that were $5. Target has some really good deals right now, so I really couldn't pass it up. It's not a big deal because I've watched them recently, so I can just throw them in an update. It won't really take away from the stuff I'm trying to clear out of my queue. So let me show you everything I got. First, I'll show you those 2 Blu-rays. Actually, no, there was 3 things. I forgot about one thing. Here's the one I forgot about. Hoarder Season 1. I really like this show. It was only $7 or $7.99, so $8. And then the 2 films I bought were Gone Baby Gone for $5 and The Terminator with this awesome slipcover for $5. So that's really cool. And then I bought my dad a birthday present because his birthday was on, it was 3 or 4 days ago. It was 4 days ago, I think. And I haven't seen him since his birthday, but I'm planning on seeing him this Sunday. So I'm gonna give him this. I already have it myself. It's the Star Trek The Next Level, A Taste of the Next Generation in high definition. I already watched all 3 episodes of this. I pre-ordered this like seriously as soon as it was announced, like 6 or 7 months ago, and I had it. I got it the day it came out, and I watched it. It looks amazing. I'm gonna make a video all about this set, but I know my dad loves Star Trek too, so I'm gonna give him his own copy so he can check it out. That'll be a nice little birthday present, I think. And then I got some candy for the movies, which I'll have plenty of leftovers to bring home and give to Hannah. And also, one last thing which I'm really excited about, I got John Green's book, The Fault in Our Stars. I've been wanting to read this since I heard about it. And yeah, if you don't know about John Green, he's actually one part of the Vlog Brothers, who are very big here on YouTube. So just search for the Vlog Brothers. I'll leave a link to their channel. They don't need any shout out from me. They have like a bajillion subscribers. They're huge. They're definitely on the top 100 most subscribed list, and they should be even more popular. I mean, they're really intelligent. They're like some of the most intelligent people, and they're just awesome vloggers. And yeah, check them out, guys. And actually, this is cool because it's a signed copy. I'll show you. It actually has, sorry about the camera, I just slipped. I'm barely holding on to it. It says signed copy there. This was the only one. There was like 8 copies, and this was the only signed one in the store. Right here, right there, it's got his autograph. I can't remember how many, but he signed like a whole bunch of the first releases of this this book. Yeah, I'm not going to talk much about what it's about, but it's supposed to be pretty good. I can't wait to read it. Hey guys, I was gonna go to Wendy's. Let me turn this air off. I was gonna go to Wendy's and get some food, but I accidentally drove past it. So now I'm gonna have to go to Burger King, which I don't really care for too much, but I don't feel like driving all the way back down the road. As you can see, I'm in a parking lot right now. It's pretty snowy. I'll go wait till some of these cars go past me. Then I'm gonna try to do I got my 4-wheel drive turned off, so I'm gonna do a couple donuts real quick. So let's see if I can do this. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can even tell on the video, but I love doing donuts. Let me just do one more and then we'll call it a day. We'll go get some food. That one I spun all the way around. And there's a Big Lots right here. I love Big Lots. Sometimes they have some really good DVDs in there. Sometimes they just have crap. But if you keep your eyes open, you can find some cool stuff. My friend, who I work with, actually found some of the seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation for $6. $6! Those things are worth $50. Around $40 to $50 new on eBay. So keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you can find there. But I'm gonna go get some food real quick, and then I'm gonna go to the movie. I'm gonna see The Gray. You can see the lines on the road there where I was doing the donuts. But you couldn't really tell. I rewatched the video. You couldn't tell very well that I was doing them. I'm gonna try to do it again, see if you can see it better. I'm gonna show you out the back of the window. So I'll show you a regular turn first. This is just a regular doing a circle. And then here's what a donut's like. Yeah, it's not the safest thing, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm gonna leave. But yeah, they're fun to do. I gotta find an empty parking lot where there's no businesses or anything, so I won't get in trouble, and maybe I'll do some more later. Whew. Freezing out here. I'm at the movie theater. I'm sorry about the wind, but I'm about to go in and watch this movie, and then I will do a quick little review of it afterwards. So that'll be the next thing you see. Hey guys, I just got done seeing The Gray starring Liam Neeson, and I have mixed feelings about this. I was really excited going into it because I've heard good things about it. I actually haven't heard anything bad about it. When I saw the trailer, I didn't know whether I would like it or not, but just based on people's reaction to it, I thought, yeah, I probably really like this. And I'm a big fan of Liam Neeson. But coming out, it wasn't as great as I expected. There were certainly some really good parts. Basically, the movie is about this guy. played by Liam Neeson, obviously. He works for a petroleum company in Alaska, and his job is to basically watch over workers when they're working outdoors and to snipe. He has a sniper rifle, and he kills wolves and other wildlife that might come to try to harm the workers. So anyways, himself and a whole plane full of other workers that are flying to Anchorage, Alaska, actually their plane crashes, and so the movie's about the survivors trying to just survive, I guess. So that's the basic plot line of the film. And I don't know, I like the movie a lot up until the last 20 minutes. Now, there were a couple of scenes in there that I thought were kind of, I don't know, I didn't know if I really liked them too much, but then there was some really cool stuff. The whole plane crash scene was horrifying. It was very well done. I thought they did a great job. The director did a good job with this movie. The only thing that I wish I could change is the ending, the very ending. It just didn't have the payoff that I was hoping for. But I don't want to give away any more information. If you can see this movie in like a dollar theater, or I just saw it for $5 on the early bird showing. If you can do that, it's worth it. Or if you can just wait and rent it, it's worth it. But I wouldn't recommend spending $10 to see this. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Maybe even, I almost gave it a 5, but I'll give it a 6 because there are a lot of really good things I like about it. And even though I didn't really like Liam Neeson's character that much, his acting was good. There was, I don't know, I guess the character was alright. It's just I was expecting it to be a little bit different, so it didn't really meet my expectations. But anyways, I'm babbling on and I'm freezing cold. It's 18 degrees out, so I'm gonna go home. I hope you guys enjoyed this around the town video, and thanks for watching.